Greetings to all. Welcome to Future of this Academy. Today we are going to see the daily current affairs of 30 and 31st May. Today our important topics are free trade agreements, Iradi, autoimmune disease and model code of conduct. These are the topics we are going to discuss detailedly today. So our first topic is free trade agreement. Under this we are going to see what is FTA and how India and FTA had its relations, their economic union and agreement signed by India, and what are the list of free trade agreements India signed. So these are the things we are going to see under this. First, what is free trade agreement? It is a pact between two or more nations to reduce barriers to imports and exports among them. Under a free trade policy, goods and services can be bought and sold across international borders with little or no government tariffs, quotas, subsidies, or prohibitions to inhibit the exchange. The concept of free trade is the opposite of trade protectionism or economic isolationism. Now, what is India and free trade agreement? After India opted out the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, that is RCEP, Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, in November 2019, the 15-member FTA grouping that includes Japan, China, and Australia. These FTAs went into the cold storage for India, but in 2021, it came with an announcement that Indian European Union talks, which had stalled in 2013, would be resumed. Both sides of now engaged in internal preparations to take these various strands of work forward. Bilateral free trade agreements of India are being negotiated with the United Arab Emirates, the United Kingdom, Australia, and Canada. The agreement with the UAE was close to finalization, while the FTA with Australia was at a very advanced stage. Now, what are the important trade agreements that India have been signed? First, Comprehensive Economic Cooperation and Partnership Agreement. Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Partnership Agreement, that is CECPA. Next, South Asia Preferential Trading Agreement, SAPTA. South Asia Preferential Trading Agreement. It is for promoting trade among the member countries, came into effect in 1995. Next, sorry, South Asian Free Trade Area, SAFTA. South Asian Free Trade Area. This trade agreement confined to goods but excluding all services like information technology. Agreement was signed to reduce custom duties of all traded goods to zero by in the year 2016. Next is Asian Pacific Trade Agreement. Asian Pacific Trade Agreement. Previously, the Bangkok Agreement, it is a preferential tariff management that aimed at promoting intra-regional trade through the exchange of mutual agreed concession by member countries. Now, what are the issues in India? Foreign trade policy has been seen. The first thing is poor manufacturing sector. Poor manufacturing sector. Next, unfavorable FTAs. Next, protectionism. So these are some of the issues seen between India and FTAs. That's all from free trade agreement topic. Our next topic is about IRADI. So IRADI is an autonomous and statutory body. It is an autonomous and statutory body. So it was established under IRDA Act in the year 1999. It is an apex body that supervises and regulates the insurance sector in India. Now, what is the objective of this? Its objective is to protect the interest of policyholders, to regulate, promote, and ensure orderly growth of the insurance industry in India. Which is the nodal ministry for it? The nodal ministry is Ministry of Finance, where the head office is located. Head office is located in Hyderabad. What are the compositions of this IRDA is? This IRDAI is an 10-member body, a chairman, 5 full-time members and 4 part-time members appointed by the government of India. Now, what are the functions of this? This is to have a fair regulation of insurance industry while ensuring financial soundness of the applicable laws and regulations. Also, the frame regulations periodically so that there is no ambiguity in the insurance industry. By registering and regulating insurance companies, also protecting policyholders' interests, licensing and establishing norms of insurance intermediaries, prompting professional organization in insurance, by regulating and overseeing premium rates and terms of non-life insurance covers, specifying financial reporting norms of insurance companies, regulating investment of policyholders' fund by insurance companies, ensuring the maintenance of solvency margin by insurance companies, also ensuring insurance coverage in rural areas of vulnerable sections of society. So that's all from this IRADA topic. Our next topic is about autoimmune disease. Under this, we are going to see what is autoimmune disease and what are the common autoimmune diseases and what are the causes for it. Now, what is autoimmune disease? Autoimmune disease are the conditions in which the immune system mistakenly attacks the body. The immune system protects against virus and germs. Also, it sends out an army of fighter cells to attack these alien invaders as soon as it detects them. The immune system can typically distinguish between its cells and foreign cells. The immune system misidentifies a portion of a body, such as the joints or skins, as an alien in an autoimmune illness. Autoantibodies, which are proteins released by the body, assault healthy cells. Some autoimmune disorders exclusively affect a single organ. The pancreas is harmed by type 1 diabetes. Other illness such as lupus or synthetic lupus, erythematosus, that is SLE, can have a total body impact. Now, what are the common autoimmune diseases seen? Many people have known about more than 80 autoimmune diseases. Some are as well as type 1 diabetes, multiple sclerosis, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, while others are rare and difficult to diagnose. Some of the common autoimmune diseases are type 1 diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis, psoriasis, fourth, multiple sclerosis, systematic lupus, erythematosus, inflammatory bowel disease, Addison disease, Graves' disease, autoimmune vasculitis, celiac disease. So there are many common autoimmune diseases. Now what causes this autoimmune disease? According to the studies, genetic and environmental factors combining to cause this certain disorders. Characteristics of gender, race and ethnicity are associated with a higher risk of getting an autoimmune illness. When humans come into touch with specific environmental exposures, such as a state of below autoimmune illness, are more prevalent. Ultraviolet radiation from sunlight may be connected to the development of juvenile dermatomyositis and autoimmune disease. Also, the childhood poverty may be linked to the rheumatoid arthritis in adulthood. Now, exposure to some pesticides may play a role in the development of rheumatoid arthritis in male farm workers. Mercury, even at exposure levels generally considered safe, may be linked to the development of autoimmune antibodies in women of reproductive age. Genetic risk factors are associated with autoimmune muscle disease in Caucasian populations. The vitamin D may be important for preventing autoimmune dysfunction in older populations. So that's all from autoimmune disease. Our next topic is model code of conduct. Under this model code of conduct, we are going to see about what is model code of conduct and the enforceability of model code of conduct, their key provisions, issues, and what are the reforms need for them. First, what is model code of conduct? It is a consensus document. The political parties have themselves agreed to keep their conduct during election in check and to the work within the code. It helps the Election Commission in keeping with the mandate it has to be given under the Article 324 of the Constitution, which gives the power to supervise and conduct free and fair elections of the Parliament and the state legislature. The Model Code of Conduct is operational from the date on which the election schedule is announced until the date of the result announced. The government cannot announce any financial grants, promises, construction of roads or other facilities, and make any ad hoc appointments in government or public undertaking during the time of this code is in force. Now, what are the enforceabilities of this model code of conduct? It does not have any statutory backing. It has come to acquire strength in past decade because of its strict enforcement by the Election Commission. Certain provisions of Model Code of Conduct may be enforced by invoking corresponding provisions in other statutes such as Indian Penal Code, Code of Criminal Procedure, the Representation of People's Act. Now, what are the evaluation of Model Code of Conduct? It have been evolved in various forms, such as in Kerala was the first state to adopt a code of conduct for elections. In 1960, before the assembly elections in state, the administration prepared a draft code covering important aspects of electioneering, such as processions, political rallies, and speeches. And in 1974, the ECI released a formal MCC. It has also set up bureaucratic bodies at the district level to oversee its implementation. Before 1977, Model Code of Conduct guided only political parties and candidates, and such it has a long evaluation. And what are the key provisions of Model Code of Conduct? The first key provision is general conduct. Under this, it says no party or candidate shall include in any activity that may aggravate existing difference or cause tension between different castes and communities, religions, or linguistics. Here, criticism directed towards other political parties should be restricted to an evaluation of their policies, historical performance, and initiatives, refraining from the personal attacks. Next key provision is meetings and processions. Under this, parties must inform the local police authorities of the venue and time of any meeting to enable the police to make adequate security arrangements. If two or more candidates plan processions along the same route, the political parties must establish contact in advance to ensure that the procession do not clash. Carrying and burning effigies representing members of other political parties is not allowed. The third is polling day. Only voters and those with valid pass from EZ are allowed to enter polling booths. All authorized party workers at polling booths should be given suitable badges or identity cards. Next is party in power. The Model Code of Conduct incorporated certain restrictions in 1979 regulating the conduct of the party in power. Ministers must not combine official visits with election work or use official machinery for the same. Now, what are the issues seen under this? The first issue is enforcement challenges. Next, ambiguity. Third, limited scope. Fourth, timing issues. Fifth, impact on governance. Sixth, need for reform. Now, what is the need for reform says here? There are calls for reforming the Model Code of Conduct to address its shortcomings and make it more effective in ensuring fair and transparent elections. So that's all from our today's topics. To read this document, you can visit our website. Our website's link have been given in our description. To get more daily current affairs videos, follow our YouTube channel, also our Telegram channel. Thank you.